everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The race for the playoffs is front and center this week, and here's a look at the AFC contenders. And it's not just who is in or out, but how the seeding shakes out. What a great time of year. It's the Bills going up against the Raiders. So for the call of this Week 13 matchup, let's bring in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They come up in an empty set, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And the play clock's running down. Carr. And this is incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down. As we get a glance at these starters, Michael Crabtree is the man we highlight at wide receiver.
Phenomenal hands. So strong. When the ball gets to him, it just dies right there. And then he's able to do things with it after he catches it.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on third down.
Hey, we're gonna rally. Rally. All right, here we go.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So on fourth down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. This from 54 yards away. Play clock winding down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And here's our first look today at this offense.
And let's start with LaShawn Shady McCoy, their star running back. He can do everything. Run it inside, get to the perimeter, and, of course, catch it out of the backfield.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Let's go.
Now Taylor, caught on the right side by Treadwell. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Now Taylor, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will get it at their 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, here's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. So the D-line's going to spread out. They come out here in the eye. Time running out here on the play clock. On first down, Murray. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Quickly now, a look at the Buffalo defense.
Marcel Darius, year in and year out, plays at a Pro Bowl level.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Murray, the lone setback. Now Carr throwing on second down. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. He's got time in the pocket. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The defensive tackle, Kyle Williams, there for the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
in the red zone this time.
Here we go. Wide and yay.
Carr to throw on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
We ready? Set, 18. Ready. We go rally.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. On the counter, here's McCoy. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Well, brings up 3rd.
Clearly, Mac's no different than any other player in the league. He's always looking for respect from his peers. I think when you make all-pro at 2 different positions, you get big respect.
First guy ever to do that, by the way, and second in the league behind J.J. Watt. 23 tackles for loss last year. And Tate's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Taylor, he'll set up the screen to McCoy. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Watkins alone on the left side. Now it's Taylor. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to sneak with Taylor. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good, solid game there in the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll sneak it with Taylor. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal?
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. And they'll run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are in for 6. 4th and goal, Charles, all the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
It's really nice to see what they wanted actually done. And how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. So a fantastic effort by Murray, a kid born in Orlando, went to high school in New York, but came back to Orlando to go to Central Florida. You're from Orlando, Mr. Davis.
Yes, I am, and actually grew up in New York State as well, so I knew I liked this young man. And the stock and trade for him, speed. Give him some open space, and he can blaze a trail. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to the air on second, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On third and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Archer. And Dettori coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
I'm often struck when I watch LaShawn McCoy play, how often you just watch him, and you almost get mesmerized by his style, and then boom, there's another 20-plus yard run. It's amazing how he pulls it off.
Yeah, his former second-round pick out of Pittsburgh, still doing it in the league at a very, very high level.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Taylor, over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now it's Taylor. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Red zone opportunity. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Fresh set of downs here. Here's Taylor to throw. That's complete right around the 8. 11 yards for number 11.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to sneak with Taylor. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Shift together here from the D-line. Murray the lone setback. On second down, here's Carr. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Carr with a give to Murray. They find some open field here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now Carr going to give to Olawale. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Here we go. Red 18.
Now a play fake here on. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now Taylor to throw on second down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The Raiders' new signee from Seattle, Bruce Irvin, coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On second down, here's Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. Watkins alone on the left side. On third down, Taylor. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing on first down is Carr. Smith catches left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Carr now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Back now in the East Bay. Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Seven yards to go on second down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And an alley to run. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40.
This is tough as a defender because it was well blocked, but someone has to find a way to make a play. Otherwise, you're doing exactly what the defense is doing now, watching the offense celebrate a long game.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Second down following the run. They'll go again to McCoy. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
This is McCoy. Shreds the tackle, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And the all-time leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles adding to his career total.
And the help he got on the play is almost exactly as you would draw it up, because in order to get to the edge, you have to do what? You got to seal it. And that's what they did with their blocking there, so he could get to the corner and then turn upfield. Great speed, great vision, and that agility you've talked about whenever you've watched him.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, it's McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Taylor, and he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Down to about the 22 here. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Carr. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 14 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw his Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Surveying the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Holmes. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
To throw, it's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. second touchdown on the season, and the Raiders get a score closer.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Carr will look to throw. That's caught at the 3. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bills, the win for them is number 6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.